Welcome, MuddyTV cribs. Welcome to my crib. This is our gingerbread house on 12th Street. We coined the name gingerbread house because it does look like a gingerbread house, and we like to try and keep it looking like that. Our living room here, you'll notice a big corner fireplace and my swords on the wall. This is a Gothic revival house, so we thought those swords were kind of appropriate to the Gothic revival style. The dining room has all the original butternut woodwork and original china cabinet that was built in when the house was built. The design above the casings are I think an East Lake design, the carvings. We've changed some of the light fixtures and some things like that as we've gone along to make it a little bit more Victorian looking. We have a big, beautiful bay window here, which we really enjoy. It's a great place for a Christmas tree. Also keeps the plants in good shape. And we have our little mini Victorian house here, little gingerbread cottage that you can see that we've been kind of playing with and working on. The sunroom out here is a great hangout space. You get to watch it snow, you can watch it rain. It lets in so much light. It's just a fun room to sit in and hang out. We keep it comfortable with our little mini split heat pump, and also our wood stove, which we like to build a fire in the wintertime when it's cold, and sit here by the fire, have a glass of wine, just enjoy this scenery outside.
I know there's a story about this bay window here.
So this bay window, yes, actually came from a house in Hurstman, Illinois. It was called Evergreen. The house, the bay window was taken from that house when it was torn down and it was moved here. But the name of that house was Evergreen Heights, and it was the Lewis family that was from their farm, and also the same connection to the round barn at the Adams County Fairgrounds.
And this is a two-story area out here.
Yes, two-story sunroom. It was actually a two-story porch that had been closed in. So kind of incorporated it as part of the house. The trim, you'll see there's a lot of trim that also came from the house when it was torn down in Brown County in Hurstman, Illinois. Got a little bar alcove area here, butler's pantry kind of. We've sort of decorated it with all of our wine glasses and martini glasses and things. The kitchen, we've made some changes to it. These are the original cabinets that were here that were put in probably in the 60s, but we just repurposed them with paint, some new hardware, changed the countertop, added the tile work, just little touches like that to make it a little more unique. Take out some of the datedness, but yet keep it in this sort of historic look. The little lighted cabinet up above there, I added that myself. We had a lot of wasted space up there, and I felt like we needed we should use that space.
We know we've got to have a look in your refrigerator at every one of these shows we do. So what's in there? Okay, so here's my refrigerator. It's a little dirty, but oh well. If we walk down the hallway here, you'll see my wife's purse collection. She loves vintage purses, so we have a lot of unique little purses that she has collected. Our den here, where we spend some of our time watching TV. Is that a working fireplace?
That is not a working fireplace, that's an electric fireplace.
Oh.
So it's a working fireplace. My office space here, and The unique fixture in here is actually an electrified lantern from the Burton Church. That church had, a number of these hanging in to light that church, and this particular fixture was saved and electrified, and we were blessed with the having it come here and live in this house. So we've gone around in a circle and we're back to the entryway. You'll notice the fan light stained glass window. That actually is not original, but it is one of the protected features of this local landmark, which the Preservation Commission did designate this house as one of Quincy's local landmarks. The stained glass window was done by the previous owner's son. Also, the little porch light outside has a stained glass in it that he had also done. But it is a unique feature to the house, as well as the double doors and the butternut casing. This is Marshall. I didn't introduce you to Marshall, but this is Marshall right here. One of the unique things about this house is that it looks small on the outside, but when you get inside, it goes on and on. I think there are 12 rooms in this house. We have 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms in this house, and from the outside, you'd never be aware that there was this much space in this house. But I think that's one of the features that makes it neat. Her first bedroom here is unique with the paneling, the lancet style windows, and then the little diamond window at the top you'll notice is stained glass, which was my project that I did for the house. My wife, Robin, she likes to collect dolls, so we have quite a collection of dolls, old and new, and mostly old. Raggedy Ann and Andy's one of her favorites, so we have a couple of those. Another one of Robin's dolls. And we call this Alejandra's room because Alejandra's been staying here and sleeping here since she was about 2 months old. She's kind of our surrogate little adopted granddaughter, niece that we keep quite frequently, along with her brother Valentino and her youngest sister Press. And you might recognize those names as Frankie Murphy Keesing's kids. My wife's Robin's craft room. She likes to paint and draw. She also has one of her favorite things are dragons. So you'll notice we have quite the collection of dragons. Here's our dog, Cricket.
Bet we meet him when we go outside.
Yeah, you'll meet her a little bit later. So this is her room that she does all her artwork in. We also have a lot of the kids' artwork as well. And you'll see Press, Robin, Alyssa, Alejandra, Valentino, Deet, my nickname, Violet, all of our kids in a group. Our main bath upstairs is this one here, which I did the tile work in here, so I think I'm kind of proud of doing all these little tiny tiles, because it was a long, drawn-out process getting all those little tiles done. But
Was the wall tile yours too?
The wall tile I did also, yeah. Mm-hmm. Again, we've been going around in a circle because everything in this house goes around and around. One room connects into the other. And so this is our master, and we have another lancet window in this room that faces the south, so you get a lot of great southern exposure there. Not a tremendous view because there's a house right next door to us, so we've got a roof to look at, but we're high enough that we can look at the roofs.
So I guess we got a neat look to go to outside as well.
Yes.
All right, let's head out there.
Okay, this is our secret garden out here in the back. We've got the pond. We did have some fish in it. I think I think that something's gotten them. I don't think we have any left. But it's kind of our little secret garden where we hang out. There's a few little things out here that we haven't got completed, as you can see. But it's very shady, very closed in, and even with a good place for cricket, Princess Cricket, actually. Princess Cricket and Prince Rintin.
So I understand there's a great story about you buying this house.
So this house, I was first in when I was in junior high. The people that owned the house, he was the pastor of our church at that time, and we had our confirmation class here after school. So a group of us walked over here every day after school, or not every day, but once a week, I think it was our meeting, for our meeting. And Gene always fixed us some great snacks, and then we'd have our meeting, and I just fell in love with this house, and I said, oh, if you ever sell this house, I'd sure like to buy it.
Gene who?
Gene DeLapp. And it was Gene and Keith DeLapp that owned the house for about 35 years, and that's who I bought the house from when they went to the Good Samaritan Cottages and then put the house up for sale. And they actually, Gene had run into my mom and said, hey, by the way, tell your son we're getting ready to sell our house. We're going to the cottages. So my mom told me about it, so I started watching for it, and I actually even called the realtor about it and said, hey, I hear this house is going to be for sale. I'm interested in it. So as soon as it was listed, I put an offer in on it, and Keith and Gene said, we know you've always wanted it, and we want it to go to somebody that loves it as much as we do. So they accepted the offer, and it was mine, and that was 2008. All right, Muddy River Cribs, it's time for you to go. I've got a lot of things to do, and we've seen just about everything.
I like the dogs. I want to stay.